In the Footloose series, my cameraman husband and I have always believed that walking is the best way to discover and enjoy a country's most beautiful places. In this film, we explore the quintessential English Cotswold region in high summer, visiting the best towns and villages and discover the fabulous landscape and its history. The area is famous for picturesque towns and villages of mellow honey-coloured stone, gentle hills, peaceful pastures and winding rivers. However, over 360 years ago, it was a very different scene, for the Cotswolds were the setting for bloody battles and violent skirmishes during the English Civil War. The region was of great strategic importance. King Charles I had his headquarters at Oxford to the east, and Cromwell's parliamentarians had garrisons at Gloucester and Bristol to the west, with sympathisers at Malmesbury and Cirencester. It was inevitable the two armies would meet in the middle. During the Middle Ages, there was a saying, "The best wool in Europe is English, and the best wool in England is Cotswold wool." The rolling hills were ideal for rearing sheep, particularly the native Cotswold lion, large animals with long golden fleeces. The wool they produced was extremely fine and soft. With such quality, merchants became wealthy and flaunted their riches by rebuilding and embellishing churches whilst building fine houses for themselves. Local market towns expanded to accommodate the lucrative and burgeoning trade in livestock, resulting in the substantial marketplaces the visitor can still see today. But how has this rich and historic area been preserved?
An area of outstanding natural beauty is an area that is considered to be so precious that government wants it protected for future generations. So the Cotswolds was designated an area of outstanding natural beauty in 1966, and we're part of a family of 46 AONBs across the country. The region is just under 800 square miles in size. It's the largest area of outstanding natural beauty in the country. I think people don't realise how big it is until they get here. So it spans 7 different counties and actually sort of curves around Bath. And I think some people are actually surprised as to how far south it goes. The special features of the Cotswolds landscape include wildflower grasslands, ancient woodlands. The scarp edge of the Cotswolds has some wonderful ancient beech woodlands, and these are really important habitats for a whole range of wildlife and wildflowers. Other features such as the dry stone walls, and we have something like 6,000 miles of dry stone walls across the Cotswolds, and apparently that is more than the Great Wall of China. I don't think you can see them from space though. But also, they represent an ancient craft and a traditional skill that the Conservation Board is very keen to keep alive. So I think in summary, you can say that our job is to look after the landscape, but also encourage people to get out there and enjoy it for themselves. It's diverse, it's high quality, and to be designated an area of outstanding natural beauty means that this is a landscape that should be protected for the future generations to enjoy. I'm a big fan of viewpoints. I love being able to stand on top of a hill or somewhere and just see the landscape spread out before me, and the Cotswolds has some stunning viewpoints. The sort of western edge of the Cotswold Hills stretches between Chippingham and Bath. It actually forms the basis of the Cotswold Way National Trail, and along there they've got things like Broadway Tower, Stinchcombe Hill, Painswick Beacon, and you can stand on top of there and just see for miles. You've got 7 vales spread out in front of you, and you can see as far as the Brecon Beacons, the Malvern Hills, and on a clear day there's nowhere better.
As railways began to close in the 50s and 60s, visitors to the area began to discover the pleasure of motoring through the B roads and lanes to reach traditional beauty spots and even discover new ones. And today it's still common to see those same classic cars cruising the highways and byways. Whilst my trusty little Mazda isn't quite in the same league yet, Dave and I are discovering the Cotswolds with it and then walking in and around those lovely towns and villages once we arrive.